Looks like Gus. Gus the man. What's up, Gus? I'm going to follow along over here, see if you get that notification. Let me refresh. Will it show me? Will it even oh yeah, it told me I was live. I had to refresh it though. It didn't send me a notification. So.
There we go.
What's everybody doing tonight? Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Let's see. Gus in the house. Gus is in here way before everybody else. We got DIY with us tonight. Thanks DIY for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem. So you're saying you got grease zerks that won't take grease on a trailer?
Yeah, I had to take them out and clean them up, and it's cold outside, man. My freaking hard to do that stuff when your fingers were getting numb. It's been
yeah.
it's been a few months since I had to warm the fingers up again.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's that time of year again. I mean, yeah, no luck. No luck, man. You're not getting out of it. Winter is here, and I'm just glad I dodged the snowstorm in Pennsylvania last week because I seen some videos online. That looked pretty rough. There was a pretty nice little pile up there.
Yeah, I went across 80 on what day of the week was it? Friday in Pennsylvania. They stacked them up pretty good all along there. I'm like,
yeah,
you better get out of there. Better get out of there. You're gonna have a parking ticket. You can't park like that.
Yeah, it's expensive, you know. Like you better off to go to the TA and pay $20 than to, you know, crinkle up your stuff and leave it on the side of the road.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I go to share this on my tablet, it doesn't give me an option to share it on YouTube. How do I share it to YouTube? I hit the share button.
Yeah,
You
I don't
ever have
know.
that?
Like you hit the share button, like right here, the underneath the video share button.
Yeah.
And what it doesn't give you like create a post or.
Oh, maybe I need to do it on my phone. I'm gonna mess with my phone here for a second. Hopefully we don't get cut off, but
Yeah,
we'll
if
be
we do,
okay.
we'll get it going again. We'll get it going again.
Yeah. Word.
Let's see who else in here. Gus was first in the house. Gus, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Don in the house. Don's number 2. Very good, Don. If you guys aren't getting notifications, like if you just stumble into this, let me know because we're having trouble with notifications. Mile High 1010 in the house. Freight trucking. What's up, Cash? Not much. Okay, there we go. I got it. Freight trucking. What's up, Cash? Not much. Okay, there we go. I got it. Freight trucking. What's up, Cash? Not
Hold
much.
on a second. I messed this all up.
Okay, there we go. I got it. Freight trucking. What's up, Cash? Are we in an echo chamber? All right, let's see. Can anybody else hear me? Let me get myself in an echo chamber. Okay. Technology and whatnot. Give me a thumbs up whenever you're back because I'm not seeing you there, Di. Wow, Bill in the house looks live. Yeah, what's up, man? We're doing it over here. I'm over here in Ohio tonight, just chilling. And let's see, who else? Trucking with Blaze in the house. All right, good to go. I got the share, by the way, so it did work.
Yeah, when I opened up my thing to share it, it opened up the video, so it was playing it back through the screen. We were looping there for a minute.
Yeah, I was doing that last night. I was like putting my phone up to the screen, and it kept adding like it was like a never-ending screen. You know, it just kept adding and adding, and it was pretty neat. Yeah. I was amusing myself. I don't think anyone else enjoyed it, but I was running with it. So we got see Trucking with Blaze says, "Hey guys, Wild Bill in the house. The mayor of Chicago is here. The unofficial mayor. Don't call him with your problems." Gus in the house. Freight trucking. Sweet. Both kings in the game. Yeah. I can't wait to put the thumbnail up for this. I got a Yoda thumbnail. I got my face on Yoda, so I can't wait to throw that thumbnail up there. Trucking with Thomas, first time viewer. Thanks for coming by, Thomas. How'd you find out about Cash is King? I'm doing an impartial survey and would love to know your feedback. Ray the Man says, greetings from Virginia. What's up? We're in Ohio today. Well, I'm in Ohio. Where are you at, Di?
I'm in charming, lovely, exotic Gary, Indiana.
Oh, you stayed in Gary. Oh no. Oh no. I was there last night. I stayed at the Petro, and I kept my rape whistle around my neck the whole night.
I got your parking spot. I think I'm in the same spot. I found your bag on the ground, by the way.
And, yeah. Left that for you. Every morning
looks like you're Dan.
I'm on a high fiber diet. I ate a piece of wicker furniture every morning for breakfast, and boy, it goes right through me. So, let's see who else is here. Who else is in here? Wild Bill says Allegheny Mountains in the winter is rough crossing. Yeah, no doubt. It's curvy and it's swervy, and no doubt.
To pile them up out there. Nobody likes to slow down. I'll tell you that.
Right. That's like I got out of there just in time. I dropped the load I had to stop in Harrisburg and Carlisle or wherever. And then as soon as they got me unloaded, I turned to the freaking Ohio line and I hammered on it. And boy, did it pay off, because I got out of there just in time. Like, just in time. Just saying. Freight Train says, who do I tip? Well, always tip your waiter. And if the stripper's willing to go the extra mile, I say always tip the stripper if she's willing to go the extra mile.
Yeah, but make sure to soak your dollar bills in icy hot before you do that. For Ben Gay.
little Ben Gay on there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, get them butt cheeks burning. Funny you say that, because I had an incident earlier today. I can't remember what brand of what. Yeah, here goes monetization. Bye bye. No, I had I got some sort of something like that back there, and man, I had a hip pain, and I rubbed some of that on my hip, and then later on in the day, I went to rub my eye.
Oh, your eye. Okay.
I got a little bit of that in my eye. No, I wasn't rubbing. I wasn't pinching and zooming. I was let's see, who else in here? Trucking with Blaze, Gus. They spread coal all over that white snow for traction. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Lone Star Transport. What's up, Lone Star? He says, good evening, gentlemen. What's up, Lone Star? Thanks for coming in. G Friday, stumbling in. Appreciate it. It's Sunday afternoon. If you're going to stumble in, it's a good time to do it. Juan Fernandez says, what's up, Cash? Not much. Chilling with our special guest, DIY Semi. If you guys don't have DIY Semi's channel, be sure to get that. Check it out. Subscribe. Do all those fun things. Put out a video today about a carrier bearing, didn't you? That was today, wasn't it? It seemed like the longest day ever.
Yeah. Back up a second. When you say special, do you mean special like short bus, or special like My Mama Loves Me? Or what kind of special are we talking about here?
Well, ask me again at the end of the show. Let me get let me get a feel for how this goes.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump the gun. But I dropped a link there, guys. That's DIY's channel. If you don't have DIY, go grab it up. It's a good channel. He gave me a great tip. Saved me probably 30 minutes of agony today by going down Indiana 49. That's a great tip. And if you're going to dodge the toll roads, I saved over $100 dodging toll roads today. But normally I come down 65 to US 30 through Valparaiso and all that, and that is misery. And DIY says, no, don't do that. Go on over to Indiana 49 and come down. I'm going to say that saved me 25 red lights going that way. It had to.
At least.
And this time of year, you do not want to be over there near all those shopping malls in Valparaiso. That's madness.
Yeah.
Madness. So, yeah. If you guys want to know stuff like that, you need to go subscribe to DIY. Special shout out to South Georgia Hot Shot as well for giving me a shout out on his channel earlier. I like that guy. I've been watching his videos for a long time. He really tells you how it is when it comes to brokers and freight. You know, he's a hot shot guy, but he's got his own authority and everything. And you know, really no sugarcoating going on over there as far as like how freight works. Paul
Yeah,
Harris and what's
I
that?
think I think we need to send him a message though. He gave you a shout out, but he didn't drop your promo code.
Oh, I noticed he's got his own promo code. But
Oh,
I told him to email me. I've never talked to him outside of YouTube. You know, we go back and forth in the comments a lot, but I sent him my email, said, hey, you know, hit me up sometime because, you know, I like talking to guys like that. You know, he's got a lot of experience on YouTube, a lot of trucking experience.
yeah.
You know, he's non-CDL, but like I say, if you sleep in a truck for weeks at a time and you haul freight, you're a trucker. You know, like
They go through a lot of the same things we do, just on a different scale. And they probably some of the problems they go through are probably worse than ours. Imagine finding freight is a whole much bigger ordeal for them.
the DOT is a bigger problem for them. Like they get hammered on scales, like inspections. Because he even had a video where like the DOT officer told him like, "Yeah, we pull you guys around. It's a quicker, easier inspection, and we usually get more violations because a lot of those guys never had any kind of training." So they don't know the laws on strapping something down. They just throw some straps on it, chain on it, and go. So,
Okay.
yeah. Let's see where
I'm gonna
we
let,
at.
I'll let you catch up on the comments before Rick N gets here and tears you a new one for being behind on the comments.
Ricky wouldn't get on me for that. Paul Harris says it alerted me. Paul Harris, you the man, the myth, and the legend. That's my new nickname for Paul Harris. He's always got a one-liner that cracks me up. So I'm waiting on you, Paul. Don says mine seems to be lagging a bit. All right. Yeah, StreamYard to get a little behind on you sometimes. You just got to hang with it. Glenn Davis in here says I've been getting all notifications. Good. I'm glad. A lot of people say they're not. Paul Harris says I see both of you guys post this live. Yeah. DIY shared it out. Okay. Trucking with Thomas Lehman says he found out about me through another YouTuber called Pale Rider. Okay. Yeah, I like Pale Rider. I was watching DIY on Pale Rider the other night. Truckers Assistant Coach TV. Sup? What's up, Truckers Assistant Coach TV? That's a long name, but very informative. Let's see. G Friday says, oh, what happened to DIY? Okay. Maybe DIY will come back in. Let's get on through these. That Petro on I-12 or 10 in Louisiana is the best. Let's see. Maybe that's DIY coming back in. Let's see what we got here. Add to stream. There we go. There we go. You back? Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, that Petro on 12 or 10 in Louisiana. You talking about Slidell? Talking about Slidell? If you're talking about Slidell, it's not a bad spot. Lone Star Transport says DIY. Were you able to get that carrier bearing replaced? Had to cut bearing off with torch to get mine off.
Yeah, I got her done. I'm having a robot problem here. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't see you anymore. But
okay, yeah, you look good on my end.
Okay, now I can hear you, but I can't see you. But that's fine. Yeah, I got
That's
it
how most
replaced.
people prefer me.
Yeah, we got it done. It went pretty good. I had the torch on it a little bit, but not too bad. It wasn't too bad at all. The repair was a great success. It went very well. I had to go run down an 1 5/8 6-point socket. That took some time, but to get the yoke nut off. So the repair went well. The video went south. So I'll have an epic fail video coming up for y'all here pretty soon.
Okay.
It would have been a nice video. Would have been a nice video, but didn't quite work out that way. But the repair was a success. I got 2 fails coming up. Actually, one of them, well, I guess neither one of them are really my fault. It's more a technology thing for the one, and then the other one was just I just came up short on something. So I'll have them. Maybe I'll put them in the same video here out next weekend or something.
Good deal. Good deal. Can't wait. So when you torch that off, does that just smell like certified damn it, or like all that urethane? Does that are you torching on that part or just the metal part?
It smells like a bad day and a bad hangover all at the same time, and failure with a stench of failure. No, I just torched. I had to torch a little bit on the yoke to heat that up to get it to come off the shaft, and then the bearing was all. I had to beat the hell out of it with a hammer, and yeah, it just went. I completely destroyed the old bearing getting it off. So it was caught a little bit of urethane. Mostly it caught metal, but you gotta be careful because you don't want to heat up the shaft on the drive shaft too much. You can do a little damage there, so just gotta be a little careful. But it came off not too bad. We did okay.
Okay, good deal.
Just takes a while. It takes a while.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's get caught up on a little. Shannon Thomas says, "Hey y'all, what's up, Shannon Thomas? Thanks for coming in. There's DIY's link. Anybody that doesn't have DIY's link, you be sure to click on that and check him out. Very good channel. Freight Trucking says, dumb company driver question. Based on your recap video today, you talked about going around tolls. Do you recommend a new owner operator take tollways until they get comfortable with the routes? You want to jump on that one, DIY? What's your opinion on that?
If you're like brand new, do whatever you have to do to freaking get through the day and get where you need to go safely without having a nervous breakdown or like an accident, you know?
Right.
After that, we work on the other stuff. But I mean, before e-logs, obviously, it wasn't such a big deal to spend the extra time to run around tolls. But nowadays, it's like time is a bigger factor. So you got to measure it out. Do you have the time or the hours available, or do you got to go? If I got the time, well, I'm taking the detour. Some of these tolls, well, some of the tolls aren't too bad. Like I don't mind too much the Ohio Turnpike. It's not as bad, but Indiana's ridiculous. Pennsylvania, I'll do anything I can to get around a Pennsylvania toll, within reason.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, I took that one the other day to get out of there when it was snowing. From Harrisburg to the Ohio line's $85.
Isn't it to go all the way across now, pushing $300 or even a little more?
Yeah, it's ballpark 3. It gets expensive. Today I went around. I don't know. I'm with DIY. It depends on time for me. Like the other day when it started snowing, I could have went up 320 US 322 and hit 80. That 322 is not a fun ride. It is hilly and it is curvy, and I had to get out of the state because they were shut. They had restrictions they were putting on at 1 p.m. And I was like, I got to beat this storm. So I just paid the $85 and hammered down and got out of there. But like this weekend, I got a 800-mile load that picked up Friday afternoon and delivers Monday morning. So I'm slow rolling it, So yeah, I went around. I saved $100 and went around. But
nice.
Yeah, I don't have that DIY money. I can't afford to hit the toll roads.
If I had your money, I'd keep mine too. Then I'd have twice as much.
There you go. Let's see. Let's get into some more comments here. But that's how I would do it. And also another little thing to that too is, get to know some truckers that run a lot of these routes, and just ask them, is it worth to go around, because I'm with DIY. The Ohio, I don't mind paying the Ohio as much, but that Indiana burns me alive to pay that one because that's a rough road. And it's like, it comes out to like 50 cents a mile, I think it's 43 cents a mile to run the Indiana toll road. It's amazingly expensive. So yeah. Mark Early in the house. What's up, Mark? He says, what's up, Cash? Gus, yeah, did you fix that carrier bearing? Did you do it yourself, DIY? I'm assuming you did.
Yeah, we got her done.
Okay, good deal. No need to take it to the shop, right? You know how to do these?
Yeah, when I made that, I had that video on my camera and forgot all about it.
Okay.
And I made that video. I was in a shipper's parking or a dock getting loaded. So I'm like, I'm going to check this out. So I did that. And then I had a hot load on that I couldn't be late on. So I spent till like 3 o'clock in the morning getting that done. By the time I got home, I worked on it all night and then I had to leave out the next morning, but I had to get it done. So
Right.
yep, got her done.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? You filmed that?
Just before Thanksgiving. I forgot all about it, that I even had it, but
had YouTube Gold just laying around, just ready to go.
That's the gold before the failure.
Right. Yeah. Well, like I think of how many truck drivers out here don't even know what their truck looks like from the bottom side. Like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to get under there from time to time. If it's a company truck, I mean, I get it, but yeah, if it's your truck, and every like dude told me the other day, he's like, I don't work on my own stuff, and I'm like, well, in that situation, no, midnight shops are closed. What are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah, freight trucking with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate all the super chats. I got a special. Go ahead.
Freight trucking. Check your spelling. We like to tip our host, not top our host. He's a married man, and he can take that joke. I know him.
Freight trucking. What we do in our own time is up to us. You just leave DIY out of it. He's just jealous. Let's see. D's World says, what's the minimum should a owner operator have for a maintenance account? To me, it depends on what level of owner operator you're at. Ballpark, I think if you're leased onto a carrier, probably like 10 grand for a minimum, I don't know, 10 to 15,000, it's kind of where when I get less than that, I start getting a little nervous. I don't feel as confident, but I don't know. What do you think about with your own authority there, DI? What do you think?
You can never have too much. I mean, save money up until you feel better about it, or, until you're not nervous anymore. I mean, some guys say like 20 grand, some say 50 grand. I'm like, how old's your truck? How's your credit? Can you go borrow the money if you had to? If you got a line of credit, have access to, obviously I'd prefer to have cash, but then, you don't have to have as big a pile of cash, but that's the thing about these numbers is they can be different for everybody. So you just save up until you feel better about it. I'd say, have at least 10,000. If you have your own authority, man, anything under 10,000 would make me really nervous.
Yeah. I mean, I've had some tow bills get pretty outrageous. You just got to be prepared. But I would say starting out, like if you're leasing onto a carrier, for me, 10,000 kind of, gets the ball rolling. But then, I like to build on it, and not really just, not just lay back and be like, oh, okay, I got 10,000. Let me go, not put anything else in, because, just your maintenance, not even your repairs, you want to keep up on that as well. So,
absolutely.
Let's see here. D's World says, I got approved with OTR leasing for a 2015 Freightliner DT12, your opinion, 519,000 miles. What do you think about that truck, Di? Well,
I like the truck. The deal might worry me a little bit. OTR leasing, I don't know who that is. I don't know what they're affiliated with. Please look at the total cost of ownership for that, like what you're going to pay for the truck over the whole term of the finance or lease or whatever it is. Like a truck like that should be like, I'd say probably under $40,000 if it's sitting on a dealer lot. 512,000 miles, like $45,000 or something like that would be, I don't know. I'm probably off by 5,000, whatever. But if it's, by the time you're all said and done paying for it, you'll have paid $95,000 for that truck.
Yeah.
Step away. Just regroup, find a different deal. I'm looking at a truck right now. I might go look at it tomorrow or Tuesday. It's a 2015 Mac. It might be way different than a Freightliner. It's got the 12-speed M drive, 370,000 miles. They got it listed for $39,900, and it's a really nice truck. It's got the premium interior. The outside's nice. So if that's any comparison, obviously Mac and Freightliner are different. I would prefer Freightliner, but sometimes when you're looking at a truck, you don't just look at the price and everything else. Obviously, you got to put it through an inspection, but compare it to other trucks with similar mileage and similar years, so you know what kind of value you're getting for that money. You might say, well, that's too much to pay. Well, what are you getting for it? So if I compare 370,000 miles over to some of these Cascadias that are on the lot, obviously a Cascadia is going to be a better fuel mileage. They're going to be around, sometimes pushing $60,000. Well, if I can get that truck for $35,000, which would probably be what I offer them, I'm going to feel like I did pretty darn good, even though it's not exactly what I want. It's not exactly what I'd prefer to have the Cascadia, but if I'm going to put somebody in that truck or lease it to them as a lease purchase, that's the kind of starter truck you want. That's a great starter truck. Rather than go and pay $1,400 a week, you can put somebody in a truck like that for, I don't know, maybe $1,000 a month and keep $4,500 in your pocket. That's what you look for in a lease purchase. I mean, you get out of college to be a doctor. You don't go right to Johns Hopkins and be the top cancer surgeon in the country. You work your way up.
Exactly.
You start at a nursing home, changing bedpans probably, and you work your way up. You don't start at the top. You finish at the top. It's hard to get to the top and finish at the top if you don't start and work your way up. But in my opinion, just check the total cost of ownership for the truck. I don't want to see it pay too much.
Yeah.
But like the truck.
Yeah, I'm looking at that truck, I believe, or one like it. Is it a mid roof? Is it that? I don't know my phone. That truck. So OTR Leasing, if it's the one out of Missouri, I don't know their deals. I'm not seeing any prices on the trucks. It looks like they have them, like they want you to call for the pricing. So, but I don't know. Is that like a Lone Mountain type place? Do they do like in-house financing or something like that? Let me know in the comments there. I'm not sure if that's the same place. I'm looking at one out of Missouri, but they got some pretty nice trucks there. Just depends on the deal. Like DIY was saying, the complete deal. Let's see. Good luck on the road. Skull Star says. Gary Bates says, how much? Yeah, that's a big one. Let's see. Where are you guys from? Me personally, I grew up in Tennessee. I live in Minnesota now. D's World says that truck, that one he's talking about, is $3,800 down and $418 a week. So depends on how many.
Ask him how many months or weeks.
Yeah, that's. But yeah, it's those. They say on their website that all their trucks come with a 50,000 mile engine and after treatment warranty. So, let's see. What was the cost of the bearing DIY?
Honestly, I don't know. I put it on my charge account at Napa, and I didn't get the bill yet. I called ahead, told them I needed it, walked in and grabbed it, and walked out. And I had to go get the nut somewhere else. That was like the yoke nut was like $35, I think. That was a whole episode too. I had to go back twice because they gave me the wrong one. It was fine thread and I needed coarse thread, and of course I didn't look at it before I left. My fault. But yeah, I don't know what that carrier bearing costs.
All right, we'll have to stay tuned for that one. We'll stay tuned for that. So it looks like D's World saying that's 130 weeks on that truck.
So all in, it's about $58,000.
3,800 down, 418 a week at 130.
That comes to 58,140. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not as bad as some of the other deals out there. I'll say that. I wouldn't say it's a terrible deal.
Yeah, I got the specs on it here if you want to hear a little bit. I mean, I don't know if this is the exact one, but this is one on their website. It's got 455 horsepower, mid roof, 72-inch Detroit DT12 6x2. That is a factor. You know, if you don't like, if you run in a lot of bad weather, I would say get, you know, because you don't want to get stuck in a parking lot in a 6x2. But 250 gear in ratio, 100-gallon tanks on each side. I got to say, I mean, as far as like if you run down south, that's a fuel efficient setup right there. Like if you're pulling a flatbed, that's going to be a fuel efficient setup.
Yeah, I think the 6x2 really hurts the value though. So I'd beat them up on the. I mean, maybe it's one of those deals where you pay what they say. I don't know, but if it was at a regular dealer, I'd beat them up a little bit on the price because the 6x2s are hard to sell.
Right. Yeah.
So you know, I don't know. See if there's any wiggle room on that. Like I said, it's not as bad as a lease purchase you would get from a mega carrier, where you would pay instead of 58,000, you would pay. What did we figure? Hirschbach's was by the time you get done paying for the truck, it was $380,000. Was that Hirschbach or somebody else?
I can't remember which one that was, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They got a couple here. You know, looks like they got a lot of trucks. Like,
I got nothing against the 6x2. Like you said though, if you're running a lot of snow and stuff, maybe, or like off-roading, but regular highway use is, you know, I got no issue with it.
Right. Yeah, I think if you operate more, you know, in the south, you just got to be aware that you got, you know, no locker. So you got to plan accordingly. But
well, some of the 6x2s do come with a locking differential. You can lock that one live axle in as a posi, but you know.
Oh, okay.
I had a friend that had one of those, but I think they ordered it that way. I don't know if that came like that.
Right. Might be something to look into.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I mean, it doesn't seem like a horrible deal, especially with the prices of trucks being up the way they are right now. I would say they're probably like, if I don't know, that truck's probably valued more in like with the 50,000 mile engine and after treatment warranty. That's probably $1,000 value. I would say that truck's probably valued in like the 50,000 range, maybe, and they're probably hitting you with about $8,000 on the financing of it. Would be ballpark what I think.
Yeah, they probably gave 19 for it on trade, but
yeah,
you know, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're the one taking, you know, 30 at a time, so they're gonna make some money on it. Let's see. Trucking with Thomas has 90 days of operation cost. Freight trucking, LOL, yeah. Gus says, how expensive can those tow bills get? Oh, they can get real expensive, Gus. I mean, like, it just depends on where you're at, what's going on, and you know, you can figure you're going to pay between, like, on the low end, you're going to pay about $7 a mile to be towed, and on the high end, you're going to pay about $20 a mile to get towed.
Yeah, I just through a mutual friend, I know of somebody that had a truck burned down out in New York on Long Island. They got it off the road, but it was towable, so was the trailer. But between the tow bill and they had to bring a payloader up and clean up a little bit of mess, $65,000.
Yeah.
So it's enough to put a company out of business. If you have a bad wreck, and they gotta swing the load and pull the trailer back up and the truck back up, you're looking at a minimum of $20,000. They bring all that equipment out, and it's all $200 an hour or more.
Yeah.
It's you're looking at a minimum of $20,000.
Right. Yeah, I'm talking like just to pull you off the side of the road in a state where they don't, because like in Pennsylvania, I believe they got to split the truck and trailer. They can't pull them as one unit.
Yeah.
So they got to bring a tow truck for your truck, and they got to bring a day cab or a truck out to pull your trailer. They can't pull them as one unit. So, you know, you're talking $20 a mile, $25 a mile for if it needs to go 100 miles, you're easily in it, $2,500. Just depending on where you're at, I got towed off the side of Black Mountain on a Saturday night one time. That was not a cheap tow. That one cost me about $800 to go about 15 miles. So, depends on where you're at. Raining on the side of a mountain, yeah, they got you. What are you gonna do? And that was after I paid for roadside service to come out and tell me there's nothing they could do about it. So, um, it's have some money, just have some money. Let's see where we at. Trucking with Thomas. His only concern I would have with a Mac is the dealer network. That's kind of.
I've always thought that too, and I'm glad he said that. I looked into it. Okay, I live in Wisconsin. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 Freightliner dealers. Oh, 6 Freightliner dealers in Wisconsin. There's 16 Mac Volvo dealers. Their network has exploded. There are places people don't know about. So I'm actually, in some ways, their dealer network is a little better. I got parts closer to me then. And here's a tip for people when you're dealing on a truck. Okay, if this guy doesn't give me the price I want, I'm going to try to negotiate in a credit account or a cash account. It doesn't really matter, but preferred pricing off of parts and labor, or at least parts. I want 15%. I want a coded account for 15% off parts, and I'm going to shoot for labor too. I may or may not get it, but if you're not getting the price you want, don't be afraid to ask for stuff like that, because they give it to fleets. They give it to big fleets, and if I like that Mac, I might buy another one because they have several of them at that price point. For starter trucks, man, people are always saying, I want to be an owner operator. I want to do this. Get a good starter truck, man. Don't come right out of school and sign papers on a $150,000 truck that you're going to pay $380,000 for by the time it's all said and done, if you make it through the lease.
And that Mac network, I've looked into some of that too, because I hear a lot of people say that, Volvo and everything, with that, they don't have enough dealers, they don't have enough shops, but Mac is heavy into vocational, and that really puts more pressure on them to have, more repair shops spread out, because vocational guys don't want to drive 400 miles to a shop.
Yeah, I have a friend that works for a carrier with about 500 trucks, and they've always had a mix of Peterbilt, Kenworth, Freightliner, and then recently here they added in Volvo. They cut off Peterbilt. They've scaled back on Freightliner. Now they're running primarily a mixed fleet of Kenworth and Volvo, and they're going a largely percentage Volvo because they track everything there, and their mean downtime with the Volvos is half of what it is with Freightliner or Kenworth. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't break down, but when they break down and have to go into the dealer, they get them on the road twice as fast as the other dealers. So there might be less dealers, things like that, but they have a different structure for maintenance, and that counts for something. Plus, if I buy a Mac, I'll have a whole different kind of truck to do videos on, so I'll be able to make more videos. Like, here's a Freightliner, here's a Mac. Here's how you do it on this. Here's how you do it on that.
Right, and maybe not as many Mac trucks on the road, but you'll have that niche on YouTube. You'll have that Mac truck YouTube search locked down.
There you go.
So that's why I would recommend it. Let's see here. Gus says one thing good about 6x2, you get a liftable axle.
Some of them, not all of them.
Yeah, I was going to say some of them you can.
Well, you can get it on all of them. Not all of them do. Sorry.
Right. Oh, I'm way behind. Let me get caught up on some of these comments here. We got some questions. Freight Trucking says Dee's World said yes. Glenn Davis, Cash, when you said some of us need to take a day off, when you were talking about those big butt girls getting all those views. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Lone Star says, I'm not mechanically inclined, but I pick up the needed parts and have a guy that comes to the house for repairs. I do help, watch, and learn from him as well, or as we
Nice.
go. Okay,
That's the
that's
way
a
to
good
do it.
setup. Yeah, if you got that gig, stick with that gig. Um, let's see, 130 weeks. Texas Trader says so. It's 54,000. Um, Texas Trader 58,000 truck at what ARP? I think the financing's already in on that deal. It sounds like it. Um, let's see, Trucker for Life. What's up, brother? Trucker for Life has a channel. If you guys don't know, go check him out. He's over at he's over at Landstar these days. He's still over there making money. Making money. Chad says, man, this channel is awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll give some of the credit to DIY tonight. Thanks for stopping by again, DIY. Everybody check out DIY's channel. Let's see. Thomas says, I'm a fan of 6x2. Yeah, it can be, it's less moving parts and it's lighter. It's there's some advantages to it. Like if you've got the right operation, you can benefit. Let's see. G Friday says, any suggestions on dealerships to find a good glider? What is Harrison?
Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison. That's out of Iowa, right?
Yeah. Fitzgerald, man. I wouldn't buy one. Man, they're getting a bad reputation. They ain't doing those engines right. And I do a lot of business at my Detroit shop in Milwaukee. They're basically Detroit OEM. They say any truck that comes in from Fitzgerald with an engine problem is an automatic overhaul because they don't know the parts that they mix and match parts, and there's no telling what's in them. They have so many problems. About 300,000 miles, he told me that you can count on starting having major problems. So
wow.
Harrison, or I think a company called Clark Power Systems also builds them. So
it also, I was looking on Truck Paper. You can go on Truck Paper and you can go down to search, like a search term. You can put in glider as a search term and it'll bring up all of them in the country that are for sale, like used gliders. And there was a place in Chicago that's got about 5 or 6 on the lot right now. They're Columbias. They're yellow, about like my shirt. They look about like that. And yeah, they're right there in Chicago. But I seen those the other day. I was interested in that.
there's also a place in Glasgow, Kentucky that has them.
Okay, too. Good deal. Trucking with Thomas says you don't want to back over a curve with a 6x2. Yeah, you back over the wrong curve, you might be there for a little while. Or getting one of those drop yards that's got those 2-foot deep potholes in them. And I've seen guys get hung up in a parking lot with a 6x2. Get your you get your drive axle off the ground and you can, well, actually, you know what? The other day I was making a delivery, and if I'd have had a 6x2, I'd have been stuck like a duck because the way the dock went downhill, when I went to take off, my 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 rear axle was about 3/4 of an inch off the ground. I kind of rolled in on momentum, and I didn't realize it. And yeah, I went to take off, and I was like, "What the heck?" And like my speedometer went up, and I was like, "Wait a minute." And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, okay, I'm off the ground apparently. Got out, looked, yeah. About 3/4 inch off the ground there. So you do got to be mindful.
Yeah,
What?
You'd have been stuck.
Yeah, it would have been a bad day. I'd hate to pay probably about $400 or $500. Have somebody come out, pull me forward 2 foot. Texas Trader says 58,000 barely gets you a 3/4 ton diesel pickup these days. Yeah. I mean, I don't think 58,000's out of range on that truck. I think if you like the truck, that's the truck you want. It meets your requirements. You could definitely do worse. I mean, I don't think it's like a put you out of business bad deal. I mean, trucks are high right now because freight rates are high. I mean, just the way it is.
Yeah.
Trucking with Blaze says hit that like button. Yes, everybody hit that like button for me if you could. We got 37 in here. Gus says one thing good about 6x2 liftable. Okay, I read that one already. Captain Flatbed in the house. What's up, Captain Flatbed? What's up, steering wheel holders? Yeah, that's all I do. Hold this wheel, mash this pedal, man. It's too easy these days. Lone Star Transport says DIY. Do you replace strap kits when you remove drive shaft? I've been told not to keep reusing the bolts, so I always replace. Only $13 per kit. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a good idea to always. He's talking about the U-joint straps.
Yeah.
They hold the U-joint to the drive shaft. Yeah, it's always a good idea to replace those because they stretch. So, if you put one back on that stretch, you're going to have play in it. Also, the yoke nuts, if you got to pull a yoke off, you always replace that yoke nut. They are one-time use.
Okay. Yep.
Because no
Good
matter,
info.
you can hammer it on with an impact all you want. It's probably going to back off again. So,
Yeah. Just stretches, metal over time.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably a high torque situation anyway that kind of rough on those bolts, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, G Walker says no lift axle on his 6x2 with ECAS and a diff lock. So he does not have the lift axle, but it looks like he does have the diff lock, like you were talking about.
Yeah. That's really neat.
A posi track on a Plymouth and whatnot.
It's like in what was that movie with Ralph Macchio with the Karate Kid? Oh, My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah. I was thinking of Joe Dirt. How does a posi track on a Plymouth work? No one knows.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see here. Where we at? Freight trucking with Blaze. Thanks for the reminder. Oh yeah, about hitting the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Night Ranger in the house. What's up, Night Ranger? Says DIY going to pick up the 2016 Mac tomorrow. Oil sample is good. Thanks for all your videos. You two are the best. All right,
yeah, the one I'm looking at is a 2015 CXU 613, whatever.
Yep.
Let me know how much did you pay for that and what kind of miles are on it, just so I got something to compare it to.
Okay.
I mean, I like Freightliners. I prefer a Freightliner. I don't really want any other kind of truck, but there's always been something about Macs that's like intriguing to me. I have no idea why. And as far as I'm concerned, like the prettiest truck on the road is the Mac Anthem, and I want one in the worst way, but there ain't no way I'm going to go spend that kind of money. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
you're like,
years.
Yeah, that's how I like about the new Freightliners. I'm like, I love the new Freightliners, but I'll have one in 3 to 4 years when prices come into my range.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget to like your own video, by the way.
Oh yeah, I got it. Got a like there. Boy, that is not reflecting well. Yep, I did it. I got it. Everybody subscribe if you're not subscribed. Check out DIY. If you don't have DIY, check him out. So Night Ranger going to pick up the truck. Good job. Going to get it tomorrow. Nice. Yeah. Let us know how that goes. Trucker Bill TV, great live. Thank you. Appreciate that. Verona Moss says, hey guys, hey back at you. Trucking with Thomas has definitely replaced them, especially for $13. Yeah, a lot of trucking is just preventative maintenance like that. Like if I don't know if that's really preventive maintenance, but preventative repair. You've already got it out. Like
it's a good practice.
right.
Some things it's like are reusable, but it's just a good practice. Like that $13 can save you so much from dragging a drive shaft on the ground and it's catching a bunch of wires when it breaks and airlines, and yeah, it's just good practice.
Possibly launching the tail end of your truck 4 foot in the air when it stabs in the ground like a pole vault.
You never know.
Oh, it could happen. Just saying. Verona says, I have 1 year experience. What is my best option to lease purchase on with? Oh, I would recommend not lease purchase.
You take that one.
Yeah, I'm not a lease purchase fan. I don't think they're set up for the drivers to win. I don't think drivers make as much money doing that as they could if you just went and bought a truck and leased it to a carrier. I mean, you know, I do weekly recap videos every week, so you can see what a person leased onto an 80-20 split carrier makes every week. I'm just lease purchase is like you pay too much for the truck. If getting the truck is a goal, the truck is typically overpriced, and the rates are typically not as good as they could be. Just my thoughts. Uh oh, did we lose DIY? I think we lost DIY. Let's see what we got here.
Sorry about
Jeff,
that.
step out and fart.
No, I keep going robot, and then it didn't come back this time. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's looking good on my end. You're on this phone and on here. You're fine. So,
Okay,
I thought.
you're all robot for me. I think it's my phone. I'm too cheap to
Oh,
buy
okay.
a good phone.
Yeah. I got the Motorola Stylus 2, the Motorola G10 Stylus 2. Really like that phone. It's been working really well for me. I think I gave $200 on Motorola.com for that. So,
Okay.
I'm cheap. I don't buy the expensive phones. Uh, this phone here, the reason I got rid of this one, I would probably still be using this little phone. It's not a bad phone. I don't know what it is. It's like the G6 Motorola. It's made for the Latin market. That's why I got a deal on it on eBay. You can't use Verizon on it, only AT&T. So I had to had to come up in the world, had to get rid of that AT&T. Miss Saxo Beat says, hello, everyone. Hey, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. 40 in the house. Everybody hit that like button for me if you could. Drawing a good crowd. Let me know you're in here. If you got questions, ask your questions. You got DIY semi in the house tonight. So if you got any good trucking, like repair type videos or questions, let us know, because DIY is the master of truck repairs. He's a jet. He's a Jedi master.
Don't put that label on me. I can't live up to that.
He's a Jedi master. He rebuilt his truck engine in the AutoZone parking lot in 2 hours. And no, that's not true. That's not true. I'm exaggerating a little bit there. But he does have great truck repair videos. I'm not exaggerating about that. So that is for sure.
No,
Let's
I
see.
did not do that, but I think I got drunk in an AutoZone parking lot one time. But big difference.
Yeah, right. Big difference. I built a model car in a parking lot one time, so that
there you go.
I was huffing glue basically. Oh, let's see here. Lone Star Transport says, I think you skipped it earlier, but my carrier Baron was 102 at Charlotte Peterbilt for the person asking. Okay, so the carrier Baron was $102. Good to know. Yes, I did miss that. Sorry about that, Lone Star. I skipped that one. Yep, running 6.2 exactly like that.
I can't see the comments very well, so I'm just following along with you. For some reason, I got it going on my tablet here, but it's way behind. So
yeah, 102 sounds about right on that. Let's see. I actually broke a drive shaft in Canada one time, and yeah, it fell on the ground and rolled out from underneath the truck in a parking lot. Oh yeah, yeah, and so yeah, I got to stay at the hotel because I was a company driver. So I stayed at a hotel for a couple of days while they had a couple yokes shipped in from Canada. So, or shipped in from Chicago to Canada, excuse me. And when your company says get a hotel and we'll reimburse you, I'm just saying, like, get a good one. Yeah. I'm not saying like Ritz Carlton, but I'm also not saying a Super 8. You know, there's a lot in the middle there.
Big gray area. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They were not happy when I sent that receipt in. Let's see, where are you guys tonight? I'm in Ohio right now. Yeah, I'm in Ohio. I'm on my way to Pittsburgh. I got to be in Pittsburgh in the morning, 8 a.m. sharp. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. You want to tell them where you're at, DIY?
Gary, Indiana. Freezing my butt off. I think I might have to start my APU. It's getting cold.
Yeah, fire it up. Fire it up. I'm huffing fumes off of Prime's APU over here right now. So
I'll be right back.
yeah, go for it. Let's see, where are we at? Let's get into it. Yeah, so if you guys got questions, let us know. You know, we don't know everything, but we got opinions on everything, so we can definitely make that happen. Let's see. Where are we at? Dan Flag says, Cash and DIY, really like your videos. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Shannon Thomas says, just installed my new Cobra 29 LX LCD. Dang. You know, that's impressive because I'm rocking a Cobra 19 over here from like, it's like probably the second or third one ever made, this Cobra 19 I got over here. What you got, DIY? You got a fancy CB in there?
I do. About 15 years or so ago, I bought myself an expensive birthday present. I bought myself a big fancy radio. I've probably used it 10 times. I don't know. What a waste of money. It's like $700. It's a Ranger. I don't even think they make Rangers anymore. They make the Texas Ranger, but not just a Ranger.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen a Ranger in a long
Yeah, it's
time.
pretty fancy, but
all right, there you go.
Now I don't have anybody to talk to, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I turn mine on about once a week, and it's usually just people yelling, and then I turn it back off, and you know. But I do recommend people have one. I mean, there are times like, you know, when you're going down the road and, you know, somebody pulls up beside you and they like, you know, hold their microphone and they're like, you know, it's nice to have one to turn on. That way, you know, they could be saying, hey, your mud flap's about to fall off your trailer or whatever, you know, like, so it is beneficial. I say have one. I mean, you don't have to, you know, we don't all have money like DIY. We can't all get a $700 one, but, you know, it's good to have one.
Well, it was before I got married, and I had some disposable income.
Okay. No shame in that, man. But though, you know, do what you got to do out here. That's what I say. Trucking with Thomas says absolutely no lease purchase. Yeah, I'm kind of that way too. I haven't seen a deal that I like in a lease purchase. Miss Saxobot says lease purchase is the fastest way to go into debt. Yeah. I don't like the business mindset of what happens with a lease purchase. You know, I just don't like that. I don't like that idea. Oh, it looks like we've lost DIY again. He must have some bad cell service. We'll get him back in here in a second. Let's see. Lone Star Transport, I suggest a walk away lease as long as you walk away before you sign it. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. I am the same exact way. I'm all for the walk away lease as long as you walk away before you sign on the line. That's the way to do it. All right, we got you back, DIY. It looks like we're doing all right now. Let's see. And if I'm holding you up, let me know. I don't want to keep you up all night if you got somewhere to be early in the morning. Can you hear us?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah. Nope. Maybe not. Maybe yes. No. looks like you cut out again there. Let's see here. Trader Texas Cash DIY. All right, you're back.
Yeah, I suck. I don't know. I think it's Gary. It's such a busy area. I think the cell towers are so busy,
Could
especially
be.
this time of night. Everybody's in the truck stop, laying in their bunk, doing inappropriate things.
You talking about bandwidth right there, right? That's bandwidth. What
Yeah,
they do in that bunk.
yeah, bandwidth.
Okay. Let's see. Um, let's see. Texas Trader says Cash DIY. When you buy a truck, how long do you schedule the depreciation? All right, that's right up DIY's alley there. He is
Oh,
knowledgeable in taxes, so let's see what he thinks.
Rick N would have beat me to this already if he was in here, but a tractor is a 3-year property, so you'll
Yep.
schedule the depreciation over 3 years. Now, if you buy it a certain time of year, you can have a residual over into that 4th year, a very small amount sometimes, but usually it's a standard 3-year property. But you can do a Section 179 deduction, which allows you to take all of it in 1 year now if you want. Or you could say the first year you buy it, you want to offset a lot of income. You could take a huge portion of it that first year, and then the rest goes on the schedule for the following 2 years. But a standard schedule for a tractor is 3 years, and then a trailer is 5 years.
There you go. There you go. Nathan Miller says, "What's the best brand of glue to get?" Don't huff Elmer's. I mean, I'm just saying, like, don't huff Elmer's. But yeah, just make sure you're not huffing glue before you drive the truck. You know, like I've been seeing a lot of things about using drugs in trucks lately. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's not a good look, guys. Let's don't promote
No,
that.
I didn't know there was that
Verona,
much going on.
yeah, me neither. Apparently it's a big deal out here though. I'm gonna have to change my name to Cash's King Trucking 420 Coachella hashtag hash
Mary Jane.
hashtag hash. Let's see. Verona says, "Okay, thanks. I got an offer for 1,900 a week as a company, but it was 1099. So I figured I'd
Oh,
do better if I lease on instead." Well, I see that there's difference. Like leasing on to a company with your own truck is different than leasing a company from a truck or a truck from a company. Excuse me. So it's like 1,900 a week. Yeah, as a 1099, I'm just not a 1099 guy. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not interested in it. I don't drive someone else's truck as a 1099. It's just a thing. I mean, it's just a thing. Let's see. What do you think on that DIY? What about it? Would you take a 1099 position at a company for $1,900 a week?
$1,900 a week's a lot of money. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, like,
here's what I would do. Everybody thinks, you know, okay, on the 1099 that sucks because you're gonna have to pay all the taxes, but they're missing they're missing something here. Everybody's missing something. If you're on a 1099, okay, you're now in control of your own taxes. Okay, you're getting all this extra money, so take a massive amount of it and stash it away and protect it from taxes, and you're only going to pay taxes on what's left. I mean, there's also some opportunity to go along with this. $1,900 a week, I could do a lot of stuff with that money to not pay taxes on it. Just my personal opinion. I don't hate on the 1099 W-2 thing. Honestly, I really don't care. I think if you have an employer and you two work out a deal between you and you're both happy with it, I think everybody else should just leave it the hell alone.
yeah,
Instead of trying to get them in trouble. But if they want to 1099 you and you don't want a 1099, then you don't have to work there. Or if you want a
right.
1099, they don't want to pay you that. Like, everything's voluntary. People get so upset of other people working on a 1099. It's like they forget it's voluntary. Like, there's no enslavement. Like, you can't be forced to work there. Like, they're screwing me. They're paying me on a 1099. But don't work there. You don't have to. That's kind of my opinion on it. I know it's not probably a popular one or the trendy one, but it's my opinion. But $1,900 a week's a lot of money. If I could make $1,900 a week as a company driver, I don't know that I would own a truck.
I mean, 1,900 is quite a bit, but on a 2,700 mile average per week, it's 70 cents a mile.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got to think about that because 70 cents a mile, I'm going to lose probably about 4 cents a mile on, tax. So that's not that big a deal. So now you're down to 66 cents a mile, like as a company driver. You got to think, just factor in your health benefits, your paid time off. Yeah, those are the things that equalize it. And if you're happy with it, I don't care what you do with your time and your money. And like DIY says, shoot half of that check down to the the Bahamas and or
Cayman Islands. We like the Cayman Islands.
Cayman Islands. Start a corporation in Ireland. I'm just saying. I'm not giving advice. I'm just saying what I do. Shots fired, haters. Come on with it.
Oh no, you don't want none of that. You don't want none of that.
I don't. I take it back. I take it back. I don't do none of that. I'm just kidding. It's all joking. It's comedy. If you don't get the joke, it was a joke. But yeah, I agree. 1,900 is good money, but to me, like, if you run 3,000 miles, that would be another thing too. Is what are you doing for 1,900 a week? Is that 7 days? Balls out. 3,500 miles a week. It's not that great of money if it's like 3,500 miles a week. I don't know. I would say if you want to be an owner operator, the best path is to find yourself a slightly used truck that don't buy a brand new one and take that depreciation hit. Buy yourself a truck with like 250 to 500,000 miles on it and lease it on to a good carrier is a good way to start.
And don't do it for the money, because you could make less money.
Right.
Everyone thinks you're always going to make more money as an owner operator, and that's not necessarily true. You could make less. And if you're only making $100 or $200 a week more as an owner operator, it's not worth it. Look at the risk you're taking. If you're only doing it for the money, you can like work for free that week by the time, if you blow a couple tires or have a rear end go out or whatever, insert breakdown here. I mean, as long as you're okay once in a while working for free. I've had months where I lost money,
Right. Yeah. According to a comment I got today, owner operators always make more money than company drivers. So, and I read that in a comment, so it's got to be true.
Now he must have started in July of this year.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Yeah. He must not go. I wonder, how things went for him in 2008. And
yeah. That was the question I posed. How are you doing back when things aren't great? Let me get caught up before I get chewed out for being behind on comments here. Let's see. Nathan Miller says, I've seen some crazy Canadian mountains on YouTube. Where's the craziest you've seen? The craziest Canadian or the craziest mountains? The craziest Canadians, I don't know. A lot of them. I used to run to Canada all the time. I don't really do a lot of mountains. I don't like mountains. They're not good for profits, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not a fan of mountains. I stay away from them as much as I can. Let's see. Miss Saxo Beat says DIY would have fun working on my 78 GMC General. Some people run and hide when I drive up to the repair shop.
Yeah. Well, it's all mechanical, so I mean, it's just shouldn't be too bad. Other than it's probably just going to be a rusty old mess. But I don't know. Maybe it's taken really good care of. Who knows?
Get your tetanus shot and get in there. Nathan Miller says, how would you compare to, say, Colorado? Yeah, Colorado is rough. I'm not a fan of mountains. So yeah, Colorado's not my first state. And I never went into the mountains in Canada. when I went to Canada, I went to like Toronto. You know, I was like in the middle of the country. You know, I've been to like Winnipeg and Toronto, and that's about it. Let's see. Freight trucking says, Cash, during your recap video, you talked about your second load paid $800 on 100 miles. Why not stay in that area for a few days? Because that's running around the Northeast, and I'm not a fan of running around the Northeast, honestly. I would rather get back and run in the Midwest. I can make just as much money running the Midwest. I mean, you figure, let's see, I worked 7 days this week and I made, what was it? 8,600 gross on 7 days. So, yeah, I made an average of 1228 a day gross. So, you know, I made more not running the Northeast than I did running the Northeast. I don't have any connections out there, and that's a big thing in trucking is connections. You know, I like to stay where I have connections. It just works out better for me. Lost my place. Let's see here. Gary Bates says 09 Freightliner Cascadia with a scratching Southern on a bump. Okay. Don't know what that means. D's World, so the Freightliner 2015 mid-roof with a 6x2 is not good for all 48 states. I was going to haul reefer. No, I wouldn't get a mid-roof to haul reefer. I would get a truck with either a condo or a top fairing. Do you agree, DIY?
Yeah, try to match your truck to your trailer you're pulling.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wouldn't want to run that truck in all 48 pulling reefer. I'd want a 6x4 just because of, you know, if you get up into winter weather, you don't want to get stuck in a parking lot. You know, the 6x2 and the 6x4 is not really going to affect you on the road as much. It's going to affect you like when you're like in a parking lot or, you know, things like that. That's where that 6x2 is going to get you. And yeah, always you want your truck height to be the same as your trailer height. You don't want to pull that through the wind all the time. I heart crypto versus this is BS. I never get notification. YouTube needs to explain. Yeah, I've been getting that from a lot of people. Thanks for coming in, though. I appreciate everybody coming in. 43 in the house. 43 in the house. Hit that like button for me if you could. I don't know how many likes I got because I can't tell that on StreamYard. Let's see. Where was we? Man, this thing keeps jumping around on me. Hang on a second here. Hang on a second. Let's see where we're at. Okay, Dan's Outdoor Adventures. I hope you guys are still making videos in a couple of years when I'm ready to retire from the government and start working a real job. Yeah, I got no plans to go anywhere, I tell you. So hang around Dan's Outdoors Adventures. Subscribe to both of us. And what's up?
Hey, Cash.
Yeah.
I'm going to try something once because you're like full robot on me and I keep dropping out. I'm going to try cutting off my camera and just do audio and see if this takes less bandwidth and it'll work better for me.
Okay, that'll work. Can you do that, or do I need to do that, or?
How's that? Is that any better?
I can still see you, so I don't know if it's not. Maybe it just like blocked your screen.
Okay, that'll be okay because that might take less bandwidth. I might be able to hang in here a little better. So you go ahead and read the questions. Okay. Do what you're gonna do.
Okay. I mean, we can still see you on my end. I can still see you on the phone. I can still see you. So, there we go. Now I can't see you. Can you still hear us and talk to us?
Oh yeah, it's better now actually.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. So let me get to some comments here. Yeah, Dan, just subscribe. We'll both be here in a couple years, probably. I don't know. Unless I win the lottery, I'll keep doing YouTube. Randy Rose says, how do you feel about pulling nose into a parking spot for sleep seems like it would be better for less noise. I'm not a fan of it because you can't get into the parking spot like you can with if your trailer overhangs the curb. So your ass end of your trailer's hung way out. And when people back in, they're not paying attention to your mirrors. And I've seen people nosed in, get up with no mirrors in the morning, because people aren't looking at, they're watching the line on the pavement. They're not watching your mirrors, and they'll back into your mirrors like that. And also you can get blocked in really easy like that. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. And also, like when a guy next to you goes to pull out, where normally he would be able to look over the hood of your truck, he can't see what's coming now because if you pull a flatbed, I don't see it being as big an issue as long as you might get your mirrors knocked off, but I don't like how it creates a huge blind spot when I'm going to pull out. What do you think as a veteran trucker DIY? What do you think about that?
Yeah, you're likely not going to be able to get out of your parking spot in the morning. Somebody's going to park behind you somehow, some way. And
Yeah.
you think anybody's going to help you get out of your parking spot? You're sadly mistaken. They're just going to sit there and laugh at you and shake their head and call you an idiot.
Right. I Heart Cryptoverse says, good question. 3 years. Okay. Jake in the house. What's up, Jake? He says, ask DIY if he's buying Bitcoin.
No, I personally not. It's just not my style. It's not my thing. It's I got to be able to sleep at night, and I sleep pretty good with what I do. So, a little too risky for my blood, but a lot of people make a lot of money doing it. So, carry on.
K-Save taught me into buying some Bitcoin earlier in the year. And I told myself I was just going to buy some. And I bought an amount of money that I'm comfortable with. If I lose it, I lose it. But I said I'm just going to buy it and I'm never going to sell it. And I checked it like 2 days ago. I'm up 100% in a couple months. And it's really got me thinking.
I have a stock. I have a stock I bought in June that I'm up 1,400% in.
Wow. You care to share that one or?
Yeah, I talked about it in some of my videos. It's called MindMed. They're taking hallucinogenics and like mushrooms and LSD and stuff and turning it into pharmaceuticals, and they're having really good results with it.
Right. Yeah, I remember you talking about them. I like
Pretty
that.
speculative. But no more speculative than Bitcoin or anything. I only put a little bit of money into it.
Right. Yeah, and that's it never hurts to speculate from time to time. You put enough in there that you're willing to walk away from. I put about 3 months worth of cheeseburgers into Bitcoin. So I was like, I just stayed a little healthier, stopped buying cheeseburgers, and put some money in Bitcoin. My thought on it is, if it goes to zero, it's not enough money to affect my life. But in 20 or 30 years, it could be, a substantial amount of money. So that's kind of how
Yeah.
like you say, it's speculation.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Biggest,
All right, go ahead.
Biggest gamble I like to take, the biggest gamble I usually take is I'll eat Chinese food out on the road. Figure I'm playing with my life that way, gambling my life, and maybe
Right,
a good set of doctors.
Yeah. Go into that Petro in there in Gary, and get yourself some of that Taco Bell. Get those new beef burritos they got there. It'll go through you like a bolt of lightning. Let's see. Texas Trader says good info. Gary Bates, thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate you. Let's see. Lone Star Transport says pulling in makes you stick out farther, making it harder for the next person to try to back in next to you. Also may have a hard time getting back out when you're ready to leave. Exactly. Lone Star knows all about it. That's guys that know telling you right there how it works. Nathan Miller says, is there any specific trucker tax company you'd recommend? Not me personally. Do you recommend a certain tax service DIY?
I say find somebody locally.
Yeah.
I don't like any of these trucking tax services. They have no idea
Okay.
what's going on in your personal life. There's way more to your taxes than just your business. You got all this stuff in your
Yep.
personal life, and I don't trust them, for one. What if they lose all, I don't know. I want somebody I can go sit down with face to face with and have a in-depth, meaningful conversation whenever the hell I want to do it.
Right.
And
Right.
they know me and I know them, and they answer to me. And it's my personal opinion. I don't like the trucker tax services.
Right. Mike Dooley says, let me mess up his name a little more than I already did. Mike Dooley says, if you don't need benefits, like if your wife has insurance, then 1099 can be okay. Yeah, as long as you're getting paid properly on 1099. I mean, I would be a 1099 driver. I need about $1 a mile, though. I need about $1 a mile. I mean, that's just where I'm at with it. Gary Bates hit the thumbs up. Thank you. BOC, the Fat Yoda Trucking Jedi channel. That's funny, BOC. I got a Yoda thumbnail for this video I got made up. So he says, don't buy a truck from someone named Jed. Yeah. Yeah, I would say don't do a lot of things with a guy
Last name
named Jed.
Clampett?
Yeah, was his name Clampett? Jed Clampett? D's World says, thanks for coming in, BOC. Good to see you in here, man. D's World says 1099 company jobs are a tool to save up money real fast to get your own truck. I've heard that before. I mean, I think you're just pushing the buck is all you're doing, if the 1099 can't pay me, like, I'm going to say 80 cents a mile, I start getting interested, but I really want $1 a mile. And, it's just how it is. It is. But I don't like the pushing the money down the road, because a 1099, if you're saving for taxes, I mean, are you really coming out that much ahead of what a good company pays? I just don't see it. Dale says, great advice, BOC. Yeah, BOC in the house. I heart Cryptoverse, fear the IRS. They are the Stasi of the USA. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd
Amen
rather
on
owe a
that.
loan. Yeah, I'd rather own a loan. I'd rather owe a loan shark than the IRS. A loan shark will break your knees, then it's, you pay them back and it's over. The IRS, they never let up. Let's see. Verona, thumbs up. Yeah, thank you. G Adam Blocker in the house. Any advice for running recap? Not really. I mean, you can start at midnight when you're running recaps. If you get those hours back, sometimes you got to get up at midnight and run. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any advice for running recaps. Let's see. DG Trucker DN says, Cash is King. What's up? Not much. Thanks for coming in. G Adam Blocker, can you make more money running recaps? To me, it's about a break even. If you run hard, you run out all your hours, you take a reset, it's about the same as running recaps. For me, like, I don't see a huge benefit. I think it's a wash to me, whether you run your hours out and then do a reset, or you run recaps of 8 hours every day. I mean, the way they got it set up, there's really no way to game the system there.
Is he? I think he's talking about recap tires, isn't he?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about recap hours. Oh, okay. Sorry. Can you make more money running recap? I don't know if you talking about tires or hours. I don't know. We'll wait and see what he's talking about. Hours or okay. I think he's talking about, not tires, running recaps versus taking a 48-hour break. Yeah, so you take a 34-hour break to reset that. And I really don't think there's any way to gain that system. Either you run hard, you run them out, you do a reset, or you drag it out. It's 70 hours either way, basically. Let's see. Stephen Davis says, it's not showing me likes either. Surely there are more than my one. Yeah, I've got it where it doesn't show the count, but when I'm on YouTube, I can see it. But I'm on StreamYard, so it's not showing it to me. So, and no worries. Let's see, 41 likes. I heart Cryptoverse. All right, 41 in the house, 41 likes. Good deal. Everybody get on it if you can. Gus says, once Cash heard I was looking around truck stops for him, he took out of the Northeast. LOL. Yeah, Gus, I wish we could have met up while I was over there in Boston. Next time I'm over there, man, I'm gonna holler at you. I was just doing a get in and get out scenario over there. Yeah, iHeart says he wants to see your face, DIY, and stop cutting off your video.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best here. The thing, every time it starts to go robot, I cut the camera. It gets a little better. I hope I'm not irritating the hell out of you coming in and out, but it keeps kicking me out.
No, I don't care. I think we're about to wrap it up though. If anybody's got another question, because we've been doing this for about an hour and a half now, and yeah, I'm starting to. It's starting to get to be my bedtime. I want to get a nice long sleep in, get ready for the week, because I'm going to try to get a load straight back to the house, and I want to be ready to go. Let's see. Jed got any more trucks for sale? Yeah. Is Jed selling a fleet, or is Jed just got that one truck over there? I Heart Cryptoverse says bedtime by BTC. Yeah, no problem, guys. It's a sleeper, but good. There you go. Brandon and Admir says, an independent owner operator, do you spend any money on marketing the business? That would be more for DIY. I'm leased onto a carrier. Do you spend money on marketing?
I have in the past, a little bit, not a lot. I had a website and a Facebook page, and then I printed up some materials, but no, the way things are done in today's day and age, not really, unless I was way bigger. But you know, most things now are done through like social media and email, and
yeah.
No, not much. I mean, you know,
right.
It was money spent that got me nothing.
Right. It's kind of like, for me, it seems like maybe the wrong industry to have a marketing budget, unless you're like, got a bunch of trucks and you're trying to get like dedicated freight from a customer or something like that.
Yeah. Which I am have kind of something interesting going on there. I'm hoping to get somebody to come on a live stream with me and talk about it. They can help smaller companies with things like that. Kind of when you're a single truck guy or a small guy going into somewhere and trying to get freight is pretty tough. So I found somebody that can kind of help you with that and steer you in the right direction on a lot of those things. So I'm kind of trying to get them on the show here. They're going to talk it over, and yeah, that'll be pretty interesting. They also do a lot of freight analytics, and talk about the freight markets and stuff like that. So I'm kind of really looking forward to that. I hope they decide that they'll do it.
Right. Yeah, we look forward to that. I put another link in there for DIY's channel. Everybody click on that, subscribe to his channel, and he puts out a lot of good content. Let's run through these comments and then we'll wrap this up. Lone Star Transport says, be safe and Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming in, Lone Star. We appreciate you. Freight Trucking says, thanks for all the knowledge you two are passing on. No problem, man. No problem. TJ Jones, the Bull of the Woods. What's up, fellas? Not much. We're wrapping it up now. You have to check us out on the replay. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. Let's see. Gus says, you start a business and let all those networks come crawling to you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see. G. Adam says, I'm out. Thanks for the lives and the number of videos. Yeah, no problem. Everybody check out that link to DIY before you head out, please. Appreciate you coming on tonight, DIY. I really do. Gary Bates says, I was talking about the scraping drive shaft sound when hitting a bump and turning the bearing. Okay, yeah, that's what you're talking about with the scraping and bumping on a Freightliner. Gary Bates, getting ready to go through Gary soon, DIY. All right, yeah, just don't get too close to him. He'll blow his rape whistle. I seen he had it on him. They hand you one when you go through the city limits of Gary. They stand on the corner and hand you rape whistles.
Standard issue.
TJ, yeah. TJ Jones says the key is knee pads. Yeah, there you go. DIY, what equipment do you recommend to have in your truck when it breaks down to save money? You got a video about that?
I got 2 videos on that. Kind of one what tools I carry in the truck, and then another one on what extra parts I carry. I did neglect. I did leave a couple things out that I would mention. I carry an extra alternator. I carry an extra airbag, and I think I forgot to mention cage bolts for brake chambers. I carry a few of those, but other than that, I think I covered about everything. My truck looks like a hardware store. I don't expect anybody else to go through that, but I don't care. Sometimes you use something once and it just saves your ass, and like I don't, I carry stuff. I don't care. Nobody's in this truck with me, so whatever.
Right. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Like you say, sometimes the shop ain't open.
Yeah, or you don't have time. Like you pull in, I met that guy a few weeks ago. We pulled into the TA. There's no trucks in the shop, and they're telling him it's going to be a 9-hour wait for an airbag. I'm like, come on.
A 9-hour wait. Yeah. No, you get that all the time. Like
we did it in 15 minutes. It's like ridiculous.
Right. All right, DIY, we'll wrap this up. Everybody check out those videos. He's got 2 videos there giving you an idea of the parts and the tools he carries. Let's see. Dan says, thank you. Great live. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'll probably go live again before Christmas. Y'all know how I do. TJ Jones says later.
Before the end of the day. Let's be honest. You'll be live again before the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, it's only 7:30. I got 4 more lives in me before I go to bed. But thanks again, DIY. We appreciate you sharing an hour and a half with us tonight and answering some questions. Thanks for coming by.
Anytime.
And yeah, I appreciate it. So take care of each other out there, everybody. Later.